Hello guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video I'm going to be taking this 2021 BMW X1 on a POV test drive. This is BMW entry-level SUV. So I'm going to go ahead and take it on test drive and see how this BMW X1 does. Alright, let's go ahead and take this BMW X1 on a test drive and see how it does. By the way, this one has the premium package. Let's go ahead and take it on a test drive and see how this X1 does. Alright, so driving this 2021 BMW X1. As I said, this one has the premium package, and it does give you a good amount of features, and it does actually give you this panoramic sunroof, which looks very good and does bring in a lot of light inside of the cabin. Overall, beautiful SUV. And by the way, this wood is a $350 option. That looks very nice. Let's go ahead and take this X1 on the highway and see how it does. Seriously, this SUV is very light. Nice and responsive, and very light, nice and quiet in here, which is expected, of course, from a BMW. And I noticed something, it gets up to speed actually very quick. You don't even feel like you're doing the speed that you're doing. It feels like you're doing less since it's nice and comfortable and quiet in here. Let's go ahead and put it in sport mode. There's no paddle shifters right behind the steering wheel, and I really wish there were some paddle shifters, but you could actually control the gears from the gear, so from the shifter itself. Under the hood, there's going to be a 2.0 turbocharged 4-cylinder engine that is connected to an 8-speed automatic transmission. The horsepower numbers are 228 and the torque numbers are 258 pound-feet of torque. And honestly, this SUV feels like it has a little bit more horsepower, but the torque is about right. Let's go ahead and downshift. There's no paddle shifters right behind the steering wheel, so it's downshift. You actually have to control it with the shifter. And that 8-speed automatic transmission is actually very quick. Not a big fan of the way how the gauges look, and this X1, I think BMW should refresh it soon, because it does look a little bit on the dated side, especially the steering wheel. But it's such a quiet, comfortable SUV. Definitely nice, responsive 8-speed automatic transmission, but I really wish that it had some paddle shifters right behind the steering wheel. This screen right here is an 8.8-inch screen. That looks right. I'm not a big fan of the way how it looks, but it's not too bad. And it does have some of the safety features that come standard. You could, of course, add more packages to this X1 to be able to get the full nice safety system. Does have the radio controls right here. Climate controls, does have heated seats, but there's no heated steering wheel. And as I told you guys, it does have that panoramic sunroof that looks very nice. And let me see what this premium package actually. Power folding mirrors, comfort access, keyless, panoramic sunroof, auto dimming mirrors, auto dimming rear view mirror, lumbar support, ambient lighting, and it does add a good amount of packages and features to this X1. So the premium package has a good amount of things in it. Definitely, this SUV is very quick, and I have to say, it actually handles very good too. Wow, seriously, this thing is actually very fun to drive on sharp turns, nice and light, and that engine is very responsive with that 8-speed automatic transmission. Everything works perfect together, and wow, I'm actually very impressed. It did great back there. It handled that corner very, very good. I didn't expect it to be this confident around corners. Very fun and planted. Feels nice and solid, and very nice. And by the way, the premium package gives you heads-up display, and it does include LED headlights and I believe corner lights. So that's nice. So a good amount of things, and I believe it does actually give you the navigation system with the premium package. So of course that's nice. And by the way, it does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Now, a lot of people are going to be probably using the navigation system. If you have Apple CarPlay, then most likely you're not going to be using the navigation system in this X1. But it's nice to have. As I told you guys, this X1 is very responsive. You hit the gas, downshifts very quick, and doesn't push you back to the seat or anything like that, but it moves very fast and just keeps moving, or I should say keeps accelerating really, really hard. So I really like that. And the brakes, by the way, they are very solid and nice and touchy. Back seats are nice and big, good amount of headroom. Legroom is not that bad for a very small SUV like this X1. Of course, if you need something bigger, go with the X3 or the X5, but I think there's a good amount of legroom in this X1. Let's go ahead and try the xDrive system, BMW all-wheel drive system, see if we can get any wheels to spin. It is in sport mode, by the way. Very good, no wheel slippage, and it's kind of expected since it doesn't really have that much of torque and horsepower, but nice and solid, and feels very planted on the road. It does go all the way down to the first gear, and I'm actually very impressed with this transmission. Shifts very quick. So the steering wheel is very light and direct in comfort mode, but let's go ahead and try it in sport mode. It's honestly the same. It doesn't feel any different. And I noticed something. This X1, when it's in sport mode, it doesn't even feel like in sport mode. The only thing that becomes a little bit more responsive is the engine. The transmission, not really feeling the difference between comfort and sport for the transmission, so it feels the same. but the engine just becomes a little bit more responsive. But other than that, guys, such a comfortable SUV to drive. Nice and comfortable, seats are nice and comfortable, and very quiet in here. Let's go ahead and try BMW voice command system. Take me to the nearest Starbucks.
Starbucks 893 North Colony Road, Wallingford. Say yes, or select another entry from the list.
2.
Starbucks 500 South Broad Street, Meriden was selected. Guidance has been started.
And navigation.
Guidance has been stopped.
So yeah, it does, I think it does have the iDrive 6, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's the iDrive 6. BMW is using the i7 and it's much better than this one. So I think this is the i6. But it's a nice responsive system. It's not too bad. So anyways, this one actually has the lane keep assist and the braking assist or braking warning assist, frontal collision warning, pedestrian warning, lane keep assist, or I should say lane departure assist. So the steering wheel kind of shakes. But let's go ahead and brake boost this SUV and see how it does. So nice and responsive, nothing too crazy, but honestly it's pretty good. It pushes you back to the seat a tiny bit, but it's nice and responsive. A tiny bit of lag, which is expected. This is just an X1. It's not their M version of the X1 or anything like that, so I think it did honestly great for it having the base engine, which is the 2.0. Anyways, for the Mpgs, they are 23 in the city, 31 highway, and 26 combined, and those numbers are very good. Such a beautiful SUV to drive, nice and comfortable, and nice and quiet in here. And I love the fact that there is no fake noise that is coming from the speakers or anything like that. Maybe when downshifting, but other than that, changing it to sport, there is no fake noise that is coming from the speaker. Let's go ahead and check the windows. Windows are not double-sided windows. They're not acoustic. So this SUV drives nice and smooth and looks very good. It's a little bit on the dated side, but it's not too bad. It's nice and comfortable, very quiet. So I'm not exactly sure if BMW will be changing the X1 for 2022. So this is the 21, so we'll see if BM is going to be changing it. But such a beautiful SUV. I hope you guys enjoyed this review of this 2021 BMW X1. I would like to thank Brittany and BMW in North Haven, Connecticut for providing me this X1. If you guys are around, if you guys are interested, make sure to come check them out. I'm gonna go ahead and put their information and link in the bottom of this video. And if you guys would like to see more videos like this, please subscribe, and as always, I'll see you next time.